The blame game is over, and the hard truth is finally coming to light. Carlton Ishmael is sounding the alarm on a crumbling social fabric in St. Lucia, where crime and apathy are spiraling out of control. We are looking at why our own communities are becoming our worst enemies, and if there is still time to turn the tide before we lose the next generation entirely.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
We are pausing to honor the lives of three remarkable individuals who left an indelible mark on our world. From the clinical dedication of psychologist Leslie Fred Zwiebel to the compassionate nursing career of Martha Prindle McLaughlin and the intellectual brilliance of Stanford professor Donald John Roberts, these stories of service and legacy deserve your full attention today. Dust off your record collections because we are diving back into a landmark moment for music history. 30 years later, we are revisiting Gillian Welch and her genre-defining debut album Revival, which completely shifted the landscape of Americana music. Discover how this masterpiece became a foundational blueprint for artists everywhere, and why it still sounds as fresh today as it did decades ago. Finally, Kelsea Ballerini is opening up like never before after her high-profile split from Chase Stokes. Following the breakup, she undertook a brutal 3-day, 27-hour therapy marathon to reclaim her life and break free from people-pleasing habits. We have all the details on her journey toward self-love and her new chapter of intentional living. If you want to stay in the loop on all these stories, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Look around you. St. Lucia is evolving. We see new businesses popping up on every corner, more money in circulation, and more opportunities than ever before. You would think that with this newfound progress, we would be moving toward a better society, right? Well, think again. The harsh reality is that while our bank accounts might be growing, our character as a people is hitting rock bottom. It is time we stop the blame game and look in the mirror. Look at our beaches. They are packed with people, yet even with trash bins staring them in the face, people still leave their filth behind. Look at our roads, where speed and recklessness have become the new normal. It is an attitude of me first, and everyone else be damned. And don't even get me started on the crime. We are losing our youth to senseless violence, and it feels like the rot has spread everywhere, even to the adults who should be the pillars of this community. We talk about needing more police or better equipment, but you can't police a lack of morals. We have fostered a culture where everyone thinks they can cheat the system, lie on the job, or sabotage their neighbors just to get a leg up. It is a get-rich-or-die-trying mentality that is hollow at its core. We blame the traffic when we are late, we blame the government for our failures, and we blame everyone except ourselves for our lack of integrity. But here is the hard truth. We are becoming our own worst enemies. Where is the love? Where is the trust? We are building a nation of agendas instead of a nation of people. If we don't take ownership of our behavior, who will? Are we building a future, or are we just watching it crumble? It starts at home. It starts with parents, and it starts with the company we keep. Life has to have more purpose than just the next crooked deal. We need to stop the cycle of destruction before it consumes us entirely. If we don't start acting with some sense of shared responsibility, we aren't just failing ourselves, we are failing the next generation. I want to hear your take on this. Are we too far gone, or can we still turn this around? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more conversations that matter. At the end of the day, a society is only as strong as the people who live in it, so ask yourself, are you part of the problem, or are you finally ready to be the solution? We measure a life not by the years we spend, but by the imprint we leave on the world around us. Today, we honor 3 extraordinary members of our community who recently passed away, leaving behind legacies of connection, service, and intellectual curiosity. First, there was Leslie Fred Zwiebel of Menlo Park. A man of true personality, he wore his passion for ham radio like a badge of honor, literally, with the call sign, Old Radio Zealot, on everything from his license plates to his email. For nearly 50 years, Leslie was a pillar of support as a counselor and psychologist, dedicating his life to helping others navigate their own journeys. Then we remember Martha Prindle McLaughlin of Palo Alto, a woman whose life was defined by a drive to make things better. From her vital work in public health and at the Stanford Blood Bank to her pioneering efforts at telesensory systems helping the visually impaired, Martha was a force for good. Whether she was out on the tennis court or helping a child learn to read, she lived with an infectious energy that touched so many lives. Finally, we pay tribute to Donald John Roberts, a giant in the world of academia. A world-renowned professor at the Stanford Graduate School of Business, Donald didn't just study how companies function, he wrote the book on it. Yet, for all his globe-trotting adventures across every single continent, he was most at home in his kitchen, using his talent for cooking to express love to those he held dear. These individuals remind us that a life well lived is a mosaic of our professional achievements and the quiet, personal moments we share with others. If you'd like to read more about their remarkable stories, or perhaps share your own remembrances, please head over to Lasting Memories at mvvoice.com/obituaries. In the end, we are all just stories waiting to be told, so make sure yours is one worth remembering. What if I told you that the most influential album in the history of modern Americana didn't arrive with a bang, but with a whisper that somehow echoed through 3 decades? We are looking back at Gillian Welch's 1996 debut, Revival. And honestly, it is shocking how fully formed this record felt right out of the gate. While we usually view debuts as artists finding their footing, Revival was less of a first step and more of a total arrival. It didn't try to redefine a genre. It just occupied a space so authentic that it made everything else in country and folk music look like a costume party. Welch and her partner David Rawlings stripped away the production gloss of the 90s, opting instead for a haunting, skeletal intimacy that still sounds fresh today. It is rare to see a record remain this vital 30 years later, but that is the beauty of timeless songwriting. It is a reminder that you do not need bells and whistles when you have the truth in your lyrics. If this look back at a landmark record resonated with you, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button to keep local, thoughtful journalism alive. After all, the best stories aren't just about the past. They're about understanding why some sounds never lose their soul. Ever wondered how far you'd go to silence the noise after a painful breakup? For country star Kelsea Ballerini, the answer was 27 hours of therapy in just 3 days. That's not a typo. It's a marathon of self-discovery. Following her split from Chase Stokes, Kelsea didn't just wallow. She dove headfirst into an intensive healing program in Dallas, knocking out 9 hours of sessions every single day. It's a bold move, and frankly, a refreshing look at how celebrities can navigate the aftermath of a public relationship. Kelsea revealed on Today that this deep dive wasn't just about the breakup. It was about confronting her own people-pleasing tendencies. She's officially done giving away her power, and honestly, we love to see it. She's reclaiming the driver's seat of her own life, focusing on intentionality rather than external validation. But why did things go south with Chase in the first place? Reports suggest a classic case of misalignment. While the love was real, the vision wasn't. Sources pointed to jealousy and a fundamental disconnect regarding the future, specifically when it came to marriage and family. It sounds like Kelsea realized she was holding on to potential rather than reality. It's a tough realization, but sometimes walking away is the ultimate act of self-love. She's not looking back, and she's finding a sense of happiness she's never experienced before. If you're currently working on your own healing era, let Kelsea's journey be your sign that it's okay to hit the pause button and prioritize yourself. What do you think about her intensive approach to therapy? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates on your favorite stars. At the end of the day, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you build with yourself.